There's an AI mobile app quietly printing $3 million in monthly recurring revenue. And today we're breaking down every single piece of this viral app. From the core idea, to the features, to the marketing strategy that makes it explode on TikTok, all the way down to the onboarding flow and the exact paywall that turns downloads into revenue. And we're not just going to talk about this app today. We're going to completely reverse engineer it. We're going to talk about why this concept works, how they hook their users in emotionally, how their onboarding flow and paywall prime every user to want to pay, and how they scale this app to a global audience. At the end of this video, we're going to do something even better. We are going to completely rebuild this entire app from scratch using a vibe coding tool to create our very own version. So if you've ever wanted to build a mobile app that prints cash, or you're just curious on how these very simple ideas can turn into multi-million-dollar companies, lock in, because we're going to break down this $3 million per month mobile app right now. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have it, the app doing $3 million per month. It is called Resemi. Maybe you've heard of it. As you can see on their sensor tower, in the last month worldwide, they have done $3 million in revenue with 800,000 downloads. And here is their app store page as well. As you can see, their main core feature is saving recipes from social media. And that's the genius part about this app. They are building an app with a core feature in an already viral niche. I know we've all scrolled TikTok and Instagram Reels and we see people making delicious food. We see recipes on social media that we'd love to try ourselves. This app capitalizes on that. Food is one of the most viral niches on social media. Everybody on the planet eats food. So potentially everybody on the planet is a user of this app. And I want to hone in on something real quick. I've been following this app for quite some time, and they didn't used to have all of these other features. They only started with one core viral feature, which is save your recipes from social media. And then they validated this feature clearly because they're doing $3 million now. And then they built on top, they reinvested back into the app and built more features to build upon their long-term value with each user. The core viral feature of saving recipes from social media, yes, gets the users in the door, but these additional features that they built over time keep the users for a long period of time, like importing your recipes from screenshots, building grocery lists, customizing a meal plan, finding recipes by ingredients, calorie count, converting units. They didn't have any of these features some time ago. They only started with their one core feature. They validated that, they got users, they got revenue, and they reinvested back into the app. And that's what you as an app founder should be doing. This will save you so much time and headache, development cost, if you just launch that one core feature. They're also aggressively A/B testing, and we can tell that down here from their app store listing. If we go to the in-app purchases, you can see that they are testing many different price points, all the way from $10 to $60 for their Resemi Plus plan. And we'll get into that in a little bit, their onboarding and their paywall. And by the way, if you want this entire blueprint document covering everything, marketing, onboarding, paywall, the rebuild with vibe coding tool, it will be one of the links in the description. You can simply download this document. So go check that out. So now you know what the app is, you know what the app does. What are they doing for their marketing strategy? How are they getting users in the door? How are they getting their name out there? And this is truly what sets this app apart from the rest, because there are many competitors on the store, but they're still crushing it. And this is how, through their viral organic content strategy. Now, if you do a simple search of Resemi in TikTok or in Instagram, you can see all of these super viral organic videos. 100,000 likes, 32,000 likes, 229,000 likes, 1.4 million likes on this video. And if we take a quick look at these different creators, we can see that they are working with both big and small creators here. Some of these creators are influencers. They're probably paying a pretty penny to get posted on this account, but also they're working with micro and smaller creators like this one. And her Resemi video has 19.3 million views. Probably not all organic. They probably boosted this piece of content because that would be insane, but they're taking a nice balanced strategy working with large and small creators. And if we take a look at these pieces of content, they weave in so naturally to food content, right? Because using the app in the content just works for the video. This creator is explaining how she got this recipe, how she made this food. And same with this creator, opening up with the strong hook with this creamy garlic parmesan, showing the final products in the beginning of the video. And again, naturally weaving in the product into her content here. And not only that, Resemi also has a business page. They have a dedicated page for Resemi. But if you take a look at their views, these aren't really insane views. They're not getting a ton of traction on their business profile, but that's okay because they're working with tons of creators. They're building tons of content. And I would imagine that this business account just serves as further social proof, because based on all the viral organic content that they've gotten from other creators, they're most likely getting a ton of search traffic on TikTok. So when someone types in Resemi on TikTok and they go to the Resemi profile page, they see 156,000 followers. They see a bunch of active pieces of content. This is building social proof for the consumer. Link to download the app right here. They have playlists explaining how to use the app on their profile. It is so very important to be posting content about your products and have a business facing account, even if you're not getting a ton of views. It builds social proof, and this is a hard call to action to download Resemi. And a nice byproduct of getting all this viral organic content is Resemi now has a massive database of content that they can run and scale on paid ads, which is exactly what they're doing. And this is the main way that this app is scaling. If we take a look at their Facebook ads library, they have 520 active ads right now. We're only showing the active ads and they have 520 showing right now. These are the organic creators that we just looked at. So as we can see, Resemi is hiring a mix of large and small creators. They are posting a ton of content organically on TikTok, on Instagram. And then they are taking those winners, they're taking the best performing pieces of content and simply uploading them to paid ads. This is their strategy. This is the strategy that so many apps are using. Post content organically, validate it, post it on paid ads, profit. Now, it's a little bit more complex than that. You need a nice app, you need a nice onboarding and a hard paywall, and we will get into that in a second. But we can take a look at their ads here, and they're even running ads in different languages, so they have reached global appeal. They are now scaling even outside of the US, outside of Canada. This is French, so they're clearly scaling in some tier 1 European countries, but they have reached a global audience with Resemi. And for your own mobile apps and your own projects, I highly recommend that you go to the Facebook ads library and you try to see what your competitors are running. You should also search your competitors organically on social media. You will get a very strong understanding of their marketing tactics, what is working for your competitors, if you simply look at their Facebook ads library. It's a cheat code, and I still don't know why this is available to the public, but you can search any competitor here and pull them in. Okay, so now we know the app, we know their features, we know why it works, we know how they're getting users inside of the app with their viral marketing strategy. Now, how are they turning those downloads into revenue? One of the most important parts, the onboarding and the paywall. This is how you turn your app into a funnel that turns downloads into revenue. Let's get into it. We have their entire onboarding right here, and we'll go through it step by step. As you can see, a nice welcome screen showing you what the app does, a nice little video visual showing you how to use the app, steps 1 through 7. Okay, then we have an Apple account sign up as a user, collect that juicy remarketing data, ask them some questions about how old they are, where'd you find us, what's your main goal, import recipes from anywhere, great, features. And then here we have it, the paywall screen, the most important screen in the app. And they actually have a paywall priming screen. So they have 2 paywall screens. After the onboarding and after you answer these questions, they throw you into this screen right here. How your free trial works. Building trust with the users. All the top apps are doing this right now. This is not a real paywall screen. This button doesn't do anything except for push you to the next screen, which we're going to take a look at shortly. Explaining how your free trial works. Today, unlock Resemi. Day 5, get a reminder. Day 7, your trial ends. Explaining what you'll get, showing the reviews, showing where they've been featured, and then boom, start your free week. Again, this is not the paywall screen. This is a paywall priming screen, which takes us to the next one, which is this right here. It pops up, gives you some options, annual or monthly, and you can start your free week and give Resemi a try. Now, their onboarding is relatively short because it is a utility tool. You don't really need to convince the users of the value because their marketing does that. In every marketing video we just looked at, the users saw the app in the video. They saw exactly what the app does. We don't need too much explaining or convincing here in the onboarding. They are just simply grabbing some very valuable data. They're grabbing the email, age, where they heard about us, what the goal is. And this is very strong remarketing data. They are collecting the email, age, and reason for downloading for every single user so they can remarket to them later. Nice, short, sweet onboarding here. And then of course, the paywall, you have 2 options and it looks like they're pushing people towards the annual, of course, so they can build the LTV and keep funding these paid ads. So a simple 10-step onboarding, gathering your remarketing data, and then again, that trust building paywall, which is so crucial. Everybody's using this paywall right now. Okay, so from a high level, this app is very straightforward. Clearly, the way that they are crushing it is through their marketing. Obviously, they have a very viral concept and they were the first to do this, I believe. But all these other features that they added on are just kind of the cherry on top. I think the main core feature that everybody downloads the app for is saving recipes from social media. Now, as promised, we are going to rebuild our version of Recipe using the #1 vibe coding tool right now. This tool will absolutely blow your mind. Let's get into it. We are going to be using Roark today to recreate this app. So I built a prompt here. And again, if you want this entire document, it's going to be in the description. I'll send it over to you for free, so just check that out. But we have a full prompt here, and we are going to be able to simply throw this into Roark. We're using Roark Max. And Roark Max is actually going to build this in Swift. You can switch different languages here, but we're using Roark Max. So we're going to go ahead and put this prompt in and let it run. Okay, now while we let that cook in the background, I want to explain why exactly I'm using this vibe coding tool. With Roark Max, it's actually built with Swift, which means the app is going to feel extremely native and extremely clean on all iPhone devices, which is what we care about the most because iPhone users pay more. And on top of that, if you haven't noticed, I'm working on a PC and Roark will actually let you one-click publish your app to the App Store, and you can test the app on your own device all without using a Mac. You don't even need to open Xcode. So essentially what I'm saying is I'm a lazy guy and I want to do this as fast and efficiently as possible. So that is why we're using Roark. By the way, Roark Max, this version that builds in Swift, is not available to everyone. So if you want exclusive access and you want to try it out, click the link in the description. It'll blow your mind. Okay, so after about 10 minutes, we have a fully built MVP here. As you can see, built in Swift, and we can check it out here. We have, even the liquid glass on the navigation on the bottom. That's a nice touch. Okay, so as you can see, we can upload photos from our library. Let's see if it'll pull a recipe from this. The API isn't configured yet. We haven't done the backend stuff. We can save our recipes here, and we have different collections. We can build different categories. So we can call these, let's say like, Italian food, bang. And we can create new collections for our recipes. So obviously the backend isn't configured here, but we have a nice working MVP here. And again, as you can see, it's built in Swift using the UI kit. So it feels very clean and natural to iPhone users. And this is a nice little starting point for our app here. We can even run this on our own phone by using the companion app right here. And also using Roark Max, you can build for any Apple device. As you can see here, we're building, and this app will work not only on iPhone, but on iPad. So we are going to submit to the App Store here. Click New Submission. We can generate our own app icon with AI, or we can upload our own. We click Next. We will sign in with our Apple Developer ID. And once we are logged into our Apple Developer account, it will build the app on App Store Connect. And boom, there we have it. Actually, if you open up your App Store Connect, you can see that the build is now here and you can prepare it for submission. I'm on a PC, by the way. I'm not on a Mac. And I just went from idea to MVP, and now we can publish it live on the App Store. Obviously, we didn't finish all the features. We need to do a couple more things. We need to add app preview screenshots. We need to add a description and all this stuff. But we can now simply add our app for review right here, all from Roark Max. So definitely check out Roark. If you've taken anything away from this video, I want you to take away this. Marketing truly is the main success of a mobile app. Look at Recipe, building in a very saturated space on the App Store. A recipe app, the simplest app. Recipe apps have existed since the App Store launched, but they took a different approach. They had a viral feature that was centered around social media, centered around marketing. They hired creators, they ran paid ads, and they're crushing it. They're doing $3 million per month. And there's no reason you can't build your own simple little mobile app, start posting content, and start winning today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like if you stayed this far, and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be dropping sauce just like this all the time. Catch you on the next one. Peace.